Hello. So, they decided to make Astaroth Hero of the Month, which is kind of ironic since I did a video about him the other day. But it means I get to do yet another video about him. So Astaroth, a lot of you guys, a lot of players, I think you get him in Chapter 1, like automatically just by playing the game through Chapter 1, they add him to your team. I could be wrong. It's been almost 3 years since I've done that, but it seemed like he was like acquired automatically, just by completing the campaign. Otherwise, you can farm him in the early chapters of the campaign. Like Astaroth, along with Galahad and Aurora, are kind of like the first entry level tanks. They're like the three easiest to get. He's one of the four original tanks, along with the three aforementioned, along with Chava. Astaroth has gone through a lot of changes over the years. Right when he was first introduced, let's go pull him up. Right, he actually did, like I said, these abilities here, Devastation and Last Word, they did magic damage. Like I said, this was a magic damage attack to the enemy team, and this, when he died, he did like a AE magic damage, like a whole lot. Like I said, he would just like explode for a lot of magic damage, right? So they reworked him in April of 2018 because nobody was using him, and changed his complete abilities. So now he has all these abilities here that are kind of Demon's Allegiance was probably his best ability. Flame Veil's pretty weak. But we'll go through all that. But he used to said that's why he had a magic attack skin, though, is because he actually had magic damage. They added this devil skin, so this skin was kind of like magic attack does not do a lot for him these days. This is a holdover from the days when he did magic damage. Why they added a lunar skin that had magic attack, though, a couple years later, who knows? Because this skin did not make sense. But we'll read his description. Astaroth's scorching blade emanates unbearable heat. His eyes burn with infernal flame. Rejected by God, this angel was filled with rage. His only goal is to burn this world to ashes. Right, so he's a tank support. He's a strength hero. Right, so after the rework that I mentioned earlier, after that rework in April 2018, I believe, from April 2018 to about probably December 2020, he was the best tank. He was widely considered to be the best tank in the game. He had an era of dominance along with Jorgen and Martha, right? So this devastation ability, it actually drains energy by whichever hero has the highest amount of energy or fire first enemy. So it counts accumulates energy. So it's accumulated by first enemy. So it drains energy. So they can't keep their energy up. Like this paired with Jorgen, you could kind of lock down the energy. Jorgen's basic attack would drain energy. And then you could also, like I said, Martha was like kind of like the best healer at those days because there wasn't a lot of ways to really counter Martha because Jorgen could lock down pretty much anything. Like Jorgen was the absolute best hero of those days. Jorgen MVP, right? So Jorgen in like with core, like Martha was introduced in April 2019. So there was like 8 months where kind of like the old Holy Trinity was Astaroth, Jorgen, Martha. For there's about 8 month period from April 2019 to December 2021, right? That was the dominant core, like Astaroth, Jorgen, Martha. So that was about 8 months, but then Sebastian came and changed the entire metagame, forced Jorgen out of the metagame, which allowed Aurora to dominate, which forced Martha out of the metagame, and then Astaroth, without his friends Jorgen and Martha, really started to struggle because Aurora has now really replaced him as the best tank. He was okay for certain things, but pets, the introduction of pets also really hurt him because right now it's like Celeste could get enough magic penetration with Merlin to do max damage. Kane had enough armor penetration to do max damage, and it's pretty easy to do a full-on frontal assault against Astaroth and just like kill him quick. So he really started to drop off in the usefulness of tanking. I wouldn't say he was bad yet, but once they introduced Axel, in I think September of 2020, his Demon's Allegiance ability kind of became redundant because Axel pretty much does that. Yes, this does reduce the amount of damage to take, but Axel also increased the amount of healing. So, it's kind of this ended up becoming kind of like redundant, and Astaroth being able to, like I said, actually do damage or anything kind of lost his value. Like I said, Flame Shield, not that great of an ability. It only blocks physical damage, and max at like high levels, it does a lot of times it doesn't even block enough physical damage to eat one attack. Like it's, and again, Sebastian blocks this ability with his Ode to Serenity. Last word. Celeste can block this with her Cursed Flame. Morgan can also block this. So, right, Demon's Leech kind of like his only ability, and Axel kind of made it obsolete. And post Ascension, now that we have Ascension, Astaroth unfortunately is pretty much a joke. Like, unfortunately, Astaroth, who went for what was like just 2 years ago, probably the best tank of the game, like a little over 2 years ago, to honestly, he's arguably, like said, I mean, he's not Zeri bad, but he's really not a good hero anymore. Like, I do not recommend him to anybody anymore. Like I said, this is, like I said, there was a time when he was really good. Those days are long past, and he either needs a second major rework, or I don't know. I don't really know, but some of these abilities are pretty bad. Right, like I said, he has skins. He has like 5 skins. Strength skin's really good. Barbarian skin's generally going to be the best one, because that's armor. And then the cybernetic skin. So you probably want to do a barbarian, cybernetic, and default in that order. And honestly, the devil and lunar skins, they really aren't worth the strength spheres. Like, the magic attack does almost nothing for him, since he doesn't do magic damage or anything anymore. And his abilities, right? Last word is a once a combat ability, and Flame Shield is such a weak ability that you're better off not even spending your strength stones on these skins. That's my recommendation. If you're gonna go with Astaroth, skip the devil and lunar skins. His glyphs, same thing. You want to do armor first, followed by health, and then strength, and then magic defense. Actually, you might want to do magic defense second, because magic defense. Honestly, just go honest. Like, it really just depends on what you're trying to get. But magic defense is definitely. I'd probably do the armor and magic defense, then health, then strength, and magic attack, of course, last, because magic attack kind of meh. Artifacts, like I said, armor buff. That's the best thing you're gonna get out of his ult, is the armor buff, and that's probably the order you want to do this. Then probably this one, and then the health. Probably doesn't matter too much, but I'd say Scythe, Book, Ring, that order. Ascension, like that, of course, he's a tank, so you get the tank bonuses, and then, right, this is pretty much, he does have some armor and stuff, but magic attack, magic defense, like, there's nothing, like that. It's, look at all these magic attack nodes that do nothing for him. Like, so much magic attack, like, so he gets a couple magic defense, but it's, this is honestly just he does not get enough benefit from, essentially, like I said, Astaroth, unfortunately, he's kind of a noob trap these days. I mean, there was, like I said, you know, I'd say he's a noob trap. Like, this is, I put him, like, noob trap. I mean, he's not the worst tank, he's not Zeri, but, he's not great anymore, unfortunately, but, yeah, he's Hero of the Month, so you do get free souls, so I guess that's something. You probably can't save this to really take advantage of, like, a free one, free souls or anything, so you'll get the extra souls, and, well, I guess that's that. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. Thank you for watching.